one I got from that vet that was by me was 112.
Oh, you told us last year, right? About it?
Yeah.
The P38 was
You see, it's got the etching on the thing where the blood ate away on the metal.
I had one. He used to sleep before. All
right, yeah, I got one.
Take it apart, and then nothing else to do.
Hell, I'm practicing.
I don't know how the hell to do it now. In fact, I didn't know how to take an M1 apart.
What?
$50.
No way.
Did you say 1,500 bucks?
What do you, 800? I'll take it.
Holy shit, we could get 100
Yeah,
from the Air Force guy.
that's right.
Flyboy.
Yeah.
They had on a bar like that. Holy Christ, the thing had disappeared on a big $100 bill. Oh, what the heck, I didn't get
Quick way to make 100 bucks.
Mine is somewhere over there in Germany in a house in the rafters.
Ah, you were in the basement. And the crowds came in.
Yeah, I scared the shit out of me since my one buddy had his, he fought him like this, from the back of his head and over. We had done a basement and his crouch was upstairs.
You heard the hobnails, huh?
Oh, I just... The fuckers catch me, they're not gonna catch me with a Luger, that's for sure. There'll be another Smitty. So whoever rebuilt that house found himself a Luger.
Hey, Spark, my uncle told me at the end of the war, when they surrendered, they were stacked
Oh, yeah.
stories high.
Yeah, shit,
Pistols,
everything.
everything.
Rifles used to get stacked up like hay.
Yep.
There, boy, if you could have been in the junk business over there for 6 months, you'd have been
He said there was everything you could ever want.
for miles. I mean, not just miles, for miles. Jesus Christ, you never saw so much. If you had 1 acre over there with the junk that was laying around, shit, your family wouldn't have to work for the next 5 generations. Trucks, tanks, jeeps, guns, cannons, dead horses, you name it. Boy, I'll tell you, you never saw it. If you really want to see a lot of junk,
Piece on the front and the
you
side.
should see the beach in Omaha.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, the clip.
Shit.
Still there?
Well, you know, they took all these ships and sunk them and shit
Just the original.
to make a harbor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the only one that got me when it was in there. I bought that.
I don't know who the hell got it eventually.
The repro
It
hole.
was just for miles. Just all this shit piled up for breakwater. You know?
Okay.
See? I don't know what the hell they did with it after the war. They must have taken years to dig all that shit back out again.
Yeah.
But everywhere, Christ, no matter where you look, there was, you know, scrap.
Too expensive to bring it
You
home.
go to Bastogne, in almost every intersection there's a tank,
Guys, we're going to do the Jody
or
for
a tank tour or something. Yeah, it's a goddamn many of them, they just left them there like for souvenirs at the corner. Bling, blang, blang.
All right, gentlemen,
Ready?
go right ahead.
Should we go like this?
Come on, guys. Start us off.
Sure.
Tom?
You had a good home with your left.
You're right.
You had a good home with your left.
You're right.
Jody was there when you left.
You're right.
Your baby was there when you left.
You're right.
Sound off.
1, 2,
Sound off.
3, 4.
Cadence count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
They sign you up for the length of the war.
I never had it so good before.
The best you get in a bivouac.
They'll whip a glove from a passing whack.
Sound off.
1, 2,
Sound off.
3, 4.
Cadence count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
They put a rifle in your hand.
And now I fight for Uncle Sam.
You wanna go back to the
But
USA.
the enemy's here, so here I'll stay.
Sound off.
1, 2,
Sound off.
3, 4.
Cadence count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You had a good home with your left.
You're right.
You had a good home with your left.
You're right.
Jody was there when you left.
You're right.
Your baby was there when you left.
You're right.
Sound off.
1, 2,
Sound off.
3, 4.
Cadence count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There ain't no sense in looking down.
There ain't no discharge on the ground.
There ain't no sense in going back.
Cause Jody's already taking the sack.
Sound off.
1, 2,
Sound off.
3, 4.
Canes count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You had a good home but you left.
You're right.
You had a good home but you left.
You're right.
Jody was there when you left.
You're right.
Baby was there when you left.
You're right.
Sound off.
1, 2,
Sound off.
3, 4.
Canes count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You ain't got nothing to worry about.
Cause she'll be there when I get out.
You won't get out to the end of the war.
In 1974.
Sound off.
1, 2,
Sound off.
3, 4.
Canes count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You had a good home but you left.
You're right.
You had a good home but you left.
You're right.
Jody was there when you left.
You're right.
Your baby was there when you left.
You're right.
Sound off.
1, 2,
Sound off.
3, 4.
Canes count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, thank you, gentlemen.
Good job, man. I love it.
That was wrong. That's wrong. It's them
How the hell are you?
have something in it.
I said, if you were
Hey,
with us,
Dan.
we'd have very many good days.
Dan.
Oh, yeah, we'd have this for you.
So, buddy, what you
Oh yeah, that brings back something, right?
Well, actually, I meant down there. Yeah. Oh, that's
Dan.
Oh, dude.
$100
Look at
just to
this.
get $100.
I missed $100. Not these days.
Yeah,
Give me a fact. When I was a kid,
Oh, we had
yeah.
them for nothing.
Then I went back on
They get too friendly with.
I'm definitely coming back. You made this?
Yeah. I also do leather work.
Gorgeous. Well, I do beat.
Hey, put them in the arm.
There's only that.
Most not
I didn't think they would really.
join, and there's no two ways about it. You join.
Then I got back on the side.
Also, too, you gotta realize that a good portion of the Polish army started in the Russians, and the Russians massacred. Oh yeah. Dumped them in mass graves.
Ed's our militia commander.
You're asking? We
I
just
know.
show up, camp in the fringe, and if they don't let us play, we'll make fun of them all weekend. Kelly!
No, he'll just put fucking
He's in
grass
bed.
in his headband and go around just like a little Brussels
He might
sprout.
be out.
Oh, you think I'm bad at World War
It's a powder horn I
II?
made,
Get me in the
Spark.
field of French and Indian. I'm
Hey,
known for
Phil,
that.
I'm ready, man. I got my rifle, I got my leathers, my frock, and everything, man.
I carried it.
Like I
French-
said.
In French and Indian and Rev War, I've been
you
doing
one of them
it for
Spark?
30 years now. I show up, I take the field, nobody even touches.
Yeah, I ain't
I
that
do what I
fucking
want
old.
to do.
I'm
Well,
all
I'll
set,
tell
man.
you, old boy, we had a blunderbuss.
Did you really?
Yeah, we don't use blunderbuss. We didn't use it.
We did some job on that, huh?
A lot of work.
I've been
To
all
back
state
here.
contracts for
And it was
ammunition
black to
and
the
guns.
tip.
Wow.
If I get some, good. If
You
I don't,
carve
I
it
don't
down
care. I
below
got,
the white pigment, you
The
get
other
black.
multi-million-dollar elevator
Yeah,
business
you got a
going.
bunch of
Right.
guys on here doing all
It's
some
just a
some
sideline.
piece of
If it
history.
takes off, amen.
Well,
You have
yeah,
a
and
white horn?
I figure, and that,
You have a
there's
white
nothing else
horn?
that'll pay for my ammo.
You should get the same thing when you carve
Last
it
year,
down.
you laughed. Last year I shot 40,000.
It don't fall, if it don't fall.
Sergeant Ed
it's
is giving me the
gonna
evil
shake.
look now.
Well, no, they didn't have the masonry. It wasn't in the wall, so the
Yeah,
stone was just standing on top of each other.
But a lot of them.
Wait, didn't the Freemasons originate in Europe? Just out of curiosity.
Yes.
Yeah, Freemason.
Yeah, but doesn't the word mason and fur
No,
that they would know how to fucking build a building?
Masonry stands for any kind of stonework, not mason.
You're
Stone cutter.
having a conversation with the cranium and it's going nowhere.
That's just those lights just.
So it did that guy in.
Anyway,
So the Freemasons are opposed to
That was
the enslaved
So
Masons.
he loved jumping fences in the backyard.
Oh, yeah, let me do that.
That's a hell of a way to get through a
He
town.
always did shit like that. I mean, God. Maybe he was a little kooky, I don't know.
That's something.
But he talked sensible, you know.
It sounded
They
good.
can talk you in anything.
Yeah, I know. That's all gone.
He's volunteer for
Get rid of
it.
it.
Give a fuck. Let's go.
Friends like that could get you hurt. Friends like that could get you hurt.
Volunteering me.
He's over in Henry Chappelle Cemetery now.
Yeah.
He was always like, when I hear, I don't think he was petrified because he could move around, you know. He didn't just jump like a jackrabbit or something like that. I remember one time, we were going through this train. Right in the middle of the street, like in the car.
I just sit there with on the computer like,
Give me a cigarette.
I'm not even gonna get away with fucking 120 grains of black powder on you.
I gotta see it.
The fucking juice cure that
I
guy.
was smoking a cigarette.
We can only hope.
Good
eyes.
Man, I'm impressed. Bing, bing, bing,
Got a
bing,
beer?
these bullets bouncing off the walls. He said, you better get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
It didn't bother you. Don't ask me why, but it didn't bother you. And you could hear these things. And he was a memship. See, now, like when we were in Volga, there was a church in the middle of town. They had a church steeple. We was in running this church. Off to the Barracks. I bet you're coming up in that steeple. I bet you can see it a long way. What the fuck you want to think? I just want to go there and look around. Ho, ho, he says, look what I found. Here comes a fucking little German soldier with a radio. And we couldn't understand when we was in the church, every time you stepped out of the church, wham, a shell would go off. And we couldn't, and here he found this little fucking kid, I guess he was about 16 years old, up there with the radio, directing the artillery leader on us.
Get the hell out of here, man.
Yeah, and he climbed up there just to get shit to look around to see what the hell he could see. So you see, he saved the whole goddamn platoon.
Oh, imagine what it'd be like if he didn't do that. Just
Well, I guess we wouldn't be here now. He was a good kid. Sure did good. After he got killed.
Oh, he's the fellow who said take on the new guys.
Yeah. Then I got a new buddy. This is your buddy. The first thing I said, I don't want to know his name. I don't want to know where he came from. I don't know anything about him. Heavy guy like you, if I said, hey, Heavy, you jump. Because I want you to jump.
Hey, Heavy.
Well, so why get close with him, you know, because he ain't going to be with you that long. Whatever it is.
Or vice versa.
You ask anybody that was in the battle, they'll tell you the same thing. I don't want no new battle, nobody. But when you have it just, well, I'll tell you. Now, Bill and I have been to Europe 3 times, and every time we go, I always go to the cemetery to say hello. When I get by his grave, I start crying. Now, don't ask me why, but I cry. I don't cry when I go to visit my wife's grave. But when I go to see Kowalski, as soon as I walk up to that tombstone, the tears start coming out of my eye. And there's a kid who's no relative or nothing, just a buddy of mine that's within the army with me.
Did you go through basic with him?
No!
No?
He and I were both replacements when we went overseas. When we joined the company, the lieutenant said, if any of you two guys are buddies, just buddy up. Because him and I kind of hung around together at the repo depot, see. And I said, well, come on, bossy. You and I can hang out together. See some monkeys. And he was a kind of a timid guy, you know. I mean, he'd never argue or fight or nothing. One time we were back for a rest. Some goddamn big old hillbilly that was about 6 foot tall. Kowalski wasn't very big, he was about 150 pounds. This guy, he did everything he could to try to talk Kowalski into a fight. He wanted to fight. Try to please him because he didn't want to fight. And finally, Kowalski stood on the side of me. And I looked at this big hillbilly and I said, I want to fuck let you back off a little bit. I was 250 pounds. He turned around and said,
Shit, that was that.
So, from then on, Kowalski Boy was just like that. Just like that.
Where was he from?
Hong Kong.
Detroit.
Oh, he was a Detroit man, huh?
Detroit.
Detroit, Michigan.
He's a
Wow.
good kid. One time I was about that time when they took us back to arrest him and I went in this house. We went down through this town and it was cold, see? The lieutenant said, you two guys go in this house, you two guys go in this house, you two. The winter, you're warm. We just walked in the house like we owned it. Walked in there was a man and his wife, and he had his son, he looked like 17 and 2 daughters. They looked like they were in their early 20s. We sat down at the kitchen table, got my canteen cup and set it on the stove and put some water in it, and make some coffee. They kept looking at me and I went like this. So the kid, he went and got a pan of water and put it on the stove because he knew I wanted to shave. We got to shave. So we were sitting there, we took our rifles apart and we put them on the table, you know, clean. Some guy come in. I guess he must have been like the insurance salesman or something. I don't know. You remember when you were a kid, the insurance man would come to your house and your mother would pay their premium?
Yeah, collect the premium, the weekly or monthly premium.
Well, he had this book.
He could have been a mafioso.
I don't know. But they were talking and I saw this lady hand him some kind of coins and he laid it down on the book. He looked at me and I looked at Forrest and he said to me, what do you do for us? Sprechen die Deutsch. Ho, 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 he said, das ist a Dummkopf. Ha, ha, ha. When he said that, I reached in and I grabbed that fucking rifle. And I walked up to him, pow, like that, and I jabbed it right here in that devil. I said to him, you son of a bitch, das sprechen die Deutsch. I verstehe die Asses a Dummkopf. Raus! Schnell! Schnell! Man, he out that fucking door, and I'm at this kitchen table, and I'm like this, and I'm
That son of a bitch together.
I'm trying to put that gun together, see? And old Kowalski's like, spark, 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 spark. And I'm going, he said, spark! Funny, I said, yeah. He said, that fucker's gone.
You put the fear of God in him.
I said, okay. So after I settled down, because think how we were just fighting an hour before that. So he said, Spark, would you have killed that guy? I said, I'd have blown his fucking head off just as quick as you could blink your eye. Go out there, that guy, he took off. I don't think he touched the ground after the opening.
What was he, German?
I don't know what the fuck he was.
I remember the first
See,
time.
over there,
Didn't care.
Over there, they talk.
Yeah.
See, what they teach in their school, they teach you French language, and they teach you German language. And their newspapers is the same way. One half is printed in French and one half is printed in German. Now, if I walked up to you and talked French, you answer me in French. And if I walked up to you and talked German, you answer me in German. See? So that's why their language is interlinked.
Where was this at?
Huh?
What country was this in?
In Belgium. They do that in Belgium.
Right on the border, close to the border with
That's
Germany,
because
though.
Belgium's been fought over by both sides for a long
Yeah.
time.
See, but, yeah, that guy, he really shit when I said, let's break it in Dutch understanding. I said it in perfect German. Wow!
Oh shit, he knows what I call him.
That's the only fucking German I know.
But it was the right one.
Yeah, it was the only German you had to know.
Man, I'll tell you, that guy, he said his eyes got about that big. I bet you he had a sore throat for 2 weeks.
What you had with the rifle barrel?
Yeah, the end of the rifle, I just grabbed it like that and I jammed it right here. And I said, you son of a bitch, you.
After all these years, you're still mad at the guy.
Oh, you ain't shit.
Where the hell is that son
I
of a
think I'd
bitch?
still shoot him.
Just for the sake of it.
But boy, I was really mad. You know, we're fighting for these cocksuckers.
Right.
He's called me a
Arrogant son of a
dumbass.
bitch.
dumbass. Yeah.
Right.
That's what I told
He's a dumbass.
I said, if somebody's calling me a dumbass, and I said, we get there, I'll shot off for him.
Yeah, you cross-dressers.
Jesus Christ, when the plane landed in the airport, they're waiting.
Jeez.
Wow.
You stay with me. Oh, no, you stay with me. Oh, no, I asked them first. Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
It got a little unnerving after about a week.
Yeah.
They're pulling you?
You know, we were
Yeah.
there 10 days. We stayed in a hotel, too.
And the thing is, the one guy had a shrine to the 28th Division in his home. And on the front of his house, he had a great big red keystone. And I said, is that special for us? He says, no, I've had that on my house.
Jesus Christmas.
The Nazis killed his mother. And his mother laid out on the street for about 5 or 6 days. And they wouldn't let him get his mother and bury her. And what happened, we went through the town. And when we liberated the town, he told RCO about his mother. So they gave his mother a military funeral.
What the detail of the story was, apparently the Germans were having some trouble in this town. This kid was Jewish also. And as an example to the rest of the townspeople, they shot his mother, and they wouldn't bury her as a reminder. Everybody was walking by, this will happen to you. And as I remember, he told us when my dad's group went to liberate it, he was like 16 years old. He said, I ran to the Americans and I told them where all the Germans were hiding. So they killed all the Germans. And so well, here's what happened. He wrote, he was so enamored with the 28th, he wrote to the military, the 28th Division. He said, I want to be a member of the 28th Division. And they said, oh, of course not. And he apparently did that for quite a few years. And we went with the 112th Regiment Association. And I told the guys about this fellow. And in Bastogne, we had a big lunch, and the press was there. And we made him an honorary member of the 28th Division. And I went on eBay, and I found an 48 star flag, and I gave it to him. And when I explained to him as part of my presentation that it was from the 1940s,
Period of World War II.
he grabbed it and he said, they're going to bury me with this flag. Oh my God, you just wouldn't believe that he was crying. It was wonderful to see him. And that's what he always wanted to be. He said since they liberated the town and they buried his mother, he always wanted to be a 28th Division soldier. And it took like 50 years before he got his wish. It was great.
Big keystone right by his front door.
Yeah, right on the side of the house. I mean, the thing was about 2 feet high.
And he had a Jeep.
He had a Jeep, yeah. And he matter of fact, we told him we were coming. We gave him about a 6-month notice. He built an addition on his house for an extra bedroom. Yeah. That's honest to God, it's a true story. I never would have thought it.
Because he knew Bill and I were coming. He had a next
So that's how much he wanted my dad to stay. I mean, I'm not exaggerating a bit. He just was beside himself.
That's incredible.
Come on, we'll take you out to dinner. You go out to dinner, you reach like this in your wallet. Shit, man. You break your arm. What the hell's the matter with you? You know, we was there about 3 days.
Stand there all day.
We can't keep mooching on these people. So we made an excuse for we was going to stay with these other people. So we went to stay with these other people. And what this lady, we stayed with this lady.
Tilly.
Tilly.
Oh, yeah.
You've heard of Tilly?
Yeah.
We stayed with her. See what they have over there? It's like a club. It's something like, maybe like 3 A's. And what they do, they put monuments.
It's called SIBA. I don't know what it stands in English.
Yeah.
And they put monuments everywhere for Americans, for what Americans did. Like when we were in Will, they put a big monument up there with a big keystone in honor of the 28th Division. And they fight over that.
To take care of it.
Wow.
No, I want to put a monument here. I want a monument here. And they all put different monuments. And they go to all kind of trouble. There was one there outside of Wilt's. These two guys were in the Jeep. And they were on a reconnaissance. And the Germans bushwhacked them. And when they shot them, the Jeep went in the river. After the war, these people got the Jeep out of the river, wrote to the Department of Army, took all the numbers off the Jeep, and wanted to know the names of the two guys that got killed on this Jeep. And when they got all of that, they made a monument with these guys' names on this monument, right there next to the river where the Jeep went into the river. And that's a monument for them. And every holiday, it's flowers and everything, just like it's in.
Well, there was that near that same
They
town.
do that in every town where you go.
There was another story in that same town where a fella had been killed in the woods, and they found him, I think, a year or two later. The people in the town, and the parents of this young man were so enamored with the fact that they found this man's body, and they took such respectful care of it that the parents came and they built they built a church in the town as a thank you to the townspeople, and we had mass in that church.
Yeah.
It was great.
In a church, they had one of the, you know how they make the windows with all the different,
Stained glass windows.
and they have a picture of him in this stained glass, made out of this stained glass, plus two saints, all in this big window.
But they built a church for the town. It was
The old
a
man here, he was the millionaire because he owned something, a line of types or something for typing, and that's where he made all his money. See, his son got killed there, and then that's why he built this church. He rebuilt the church for what they did for his son. And those people are over there, and I mean, they're mad, boy. That grave is theirs. And don't you know how, yes or no about it? That is mine. And there's no two ways about it. It is mine.
And they take care of it.
Oh, they sure as shit do. Every holiday, boy, they can put flowers and everything up there, and just like as if one of their relatives.
It really means a lot to them out there.
Oh, man, Americans, oh, shit, boy. You showed them that red cheese. How about that time we went to Clairvaux? And it's Clairvaux's down in the valley. So you have to get down this road like this into this valley. And on top of this hill, there's an auto dealer. So Bill parked right in front of the auto dealer, and he walked across the street and was going to take a picture of this town. So I'm sitting in the car. Bill's over across the street taking a picture. The guy come out, he was a mechanic. No parking. Go, go, go. No parking. I said, wait a minute. No go. No parking. I said, my son wants to take a picture. He said, no go. No parking. So I said, well, I was with the 28th Division. He wants to take a picture of where I went. Oh, stay long as you want. And that's the way they were. You know, like when we go on when we went on this tour. See, when we went this tour, this man, he owned it. What they did, a tour service. So we told him, well, John, we want to go where we were fighting. Okay. He made a tour out for us, and we went to every town where we fought. And since he was in the tour business, 5-star hotels.
let's talk about this tour. What it was my father's tour, and we got 28 other people to go.
Well,
Well,
yeah, but when you went on our
Hey, I
tour,
want to put Pete and I in
the
cars
bus,
from the
the
Wild
bus
Weasel.
pulled up to the door. The bus pulled up to the door. You got off the bus. You walked in a hotel. You tell them your name. The lady say room 122. When you got up there, your suitcase was by the door. In the morning, you put your suitcase by the door. You walked out. You got
I
in the
think-
bus, your suitcase was in the bus.
Wasn't that the
We
tour?
didn't do nothing. They did everything. And boy, some of them, we was in this one in Belgium. We had in a bathroom, they had a sauna and a hot tub and everything.
And here I was rooming with my dad. Holy heck!
Yeah.
That was the same hotel. Remember, we were all loaded in the bus, and my dad had to take a dump.
Oh yeah, and I got locked in the goddamn bathroom.
And we're all waiting in the bus. What's wrong with? And nobody knew he was in the bathroom, and he's screaming.
Yeah, and they had one of these. When you shut the door, remember the old gate latches when it shuts, the little latch.
Little thing falls down, yeah.
And I pressed the thing, and the son of a bitch wouldn't open. And I'm pressing it, and I knew the bus was waiting.
We almost left.
See, and I'm like, hey, and I'm hollering, and I'm kicking in the door and everything, because I knew the bus was going to go without me.
There's that damn Garanda.
One of the waiters or somebody come down and opened the door and just walked away, didn't pay no attention. So I just got out and got on the bus. Now look, we get that locked in the shit house. First time I locked in the shit house.
Take
But
out
that
the
was a
German
nice
army to
trip.
be brought down by a bathroom.
Yeah, right. By a latch.
That was a nice trip.
Sure was.
This guy knew everywhere where to go. Because he told us he was in Europe 29 different times on tour. So he knew everywhere. Like in Paris. Our hotel was about 100 feet from the Eiffel Tower. Bill and I would lay in bed and we would look out the window and see the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Just right across the street. It was one of the Hilton hotels. So you know it wasn't cheap.
Yes, I did.
He knew how to get all the discounts and all that shit. We really had a high every time we went in these little towns,
Put the wagon they roll the wagon out.
all the churches was always right in the middle of town. So the bus would stop at the church. And when you stopped at the church, the whole town was there. So you go to church, they'd have the church services, they'd have flowers all around the altar for the guys that got killed there. And after they had the church services, later they say, well, let's go down to the city hall and have a little drink of wine. You can get down there, maybe half an hour, have a couple of drinks of wine. Oh, wait, now you can't go yet. He said, we got a little lunch plan. Big banquet. Every time we went into big banquet. Man, that was really a trip.
Treat you like kings.
Boy, you ain't shit. Those were salt. I'm telling you. See, those towns were all so close together. Like when we stayed with this one guy in Luxembourg, he says, come on, we'll take you out to dinner. So we went about half a mile from his house and parked in the parking lot. When we were walking towards the front of the restaurant, he said, see that across the street? I said, yeah. He said, well, that's Belgium. And when we went in the front door of the restaurant, he said, see that parking lot in the back? I said, yeah. He said, that's France. So there was France and Belgium and right there in this one little spot.
Oh yeah, it's a small country.
And they used the same money.
Yeah.
The guys in Luxembourg work in Belgium or work in France. And the only thing we noticed when we was with the car, when you go down the border, all the gas stations are in Belgium. Because Belgium's over here and Luxembourg's over here. And I said to the guy, how come all the gas stations are in Belgium and I'm over here? All the gas is cheap.
Those boys told me what they were paying. Remember 3 years ago?
Oh yeah, when the Belgians came over 3 years ago.
Those guys came up here and they
That's when gas was still $2.50 a gallon for here.
And they said, when they came in, they rented a car. And they said, the guy said to them, what do you want to rent? And they said, we want to rent an SUV. He says, we want to rent something, a big American car. And they went and they said they couldn't believe how the cheap for the gas, because they said they were paying close to $8 American a liter for
A
gasoline.
liter.
When we were there,
$24 a gallon for gas.
No, it's $8 a gallon, an
when
imperial
we were
gallon.
there 46 or 96.
He was like
We
3.9.
were paying $5. We were paying $5.
It was like a
96.
Yeah, they're
imperial
liters,
gallon.
real close to a quart.
But yeah, it was like $8 a gallon for them. Because when I saw them, when they first got here, they drove to my house, and they commented and said, "Real cheap for your gas here." I said, "Yeah, it's not so bad." He goes, "Not so bad. It's just, we pay, $2-3 a liter in some places." I said, "Well, we only pay $2.50 a gallon." He goes, "That's what I mean."
And they got it with the what are those things that you got, Corey, that GPS in it?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. They left here.
Oh yeah, they were driving all over the interstates.